friends, how are you all doing today? I am going to do a video on my hexagons, my grandmother's flower garden that I promised that I would do for the beginners. And I'm a beginner with it. I've never did it before, and maybe some of the seasoned quilters will give us some tips in the comments. You never know. They may chime in on it and tell me how to do something different. So, if you want to see my supplies and how to start off with it, stay tuned. Let me get the camera set down so you can see the table. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. And these are my supplies, and I'm going to show you how to start one. First, this is the one I'm using. I got it off of Amazon. It is a 15, on Amazon it'll show that it's a medium, and it's a 15-16 inch. So this one here is an inch, and you will get this size flower if you use this one. I didn't want a flower that big because of the background, which would probably make the quill go faster, but I want it to be a little smaller. So let's put that over there out of my way. And this one right here is a half of an inch, and you'll get this little block, which used to be pretty as garments on quilts, and I also have some smaller ones that I've made. But if you notice, I put the floral here instead of the solids. Now you can do it either way you want, but the grandmother's flower garden recommends you put the solids with your centerpiece, which the centerpiece should be yellow, or you can do any color you want. That's up to you. It's your quilt. Don't let nobody tell you how to do your quilt. But anyway, I was practicing on these. So, that being said, and this is the one that I use, and I just use this paper right here. I don't know if it's a little bit flimsy, but I want to say I got it from Joann's, but that's what I use. And I can get 5 out of this right here. I can get 5 out of this, and I'm going to show you. And I think out of a sheet I get 25. So that's a lot right there. I think the baby ran out of Cheetos. She's bouncing in her bouncy, or her milk's gone. And you'll come up, and I feel like that's a good size for me. So, with that being said, put this over there. And I'm using this thread here. I hope it's focusing for you. And it's I got it from Joann's. This paper piecing thread. It's really thin, but it's really strong. So don't worry about not, it being too thin, but that's what it's for, paper piecing. So it's really good. I like it. And I've had a lot of people tell me that they use it for their paper piecing. So, and sorry, that's my husky. And when one starts, the baby starts, the dog starts, everybody starts. I got these off of Amazon, these needles, and they're sprout needles. And they're really sharp, and I can't really tell the difference in them. One feels like it's a little bit thicker than the other one, but as far as the length, I don't think it's any difference in the length. And I love these. And I think this is 11 I got. I got every number she had. I got some that's really got big eyes, but these have small eyes. And I'm going to try this. It's a little bit, it looks like it's a little bit shorter. But I got them off Amazon, and just look them up on Amazon. You can get them. And I use, once I get my little hexagon out, I use 2-inch squares. I just cut up me a bunch of 2-inch squares for this, and I keep them all. I just cut them up and I keep them all in this little container here, and then I just go in and pick me some colors and make me some hexagons, and then once I make the hexagons, I transfer them to here. So that's the way I'm doing mine, keep it in order. But once I get them done, then I put my little hexagon in the middle of it right there. And I just use this right here as a dollar store glue. It's some people, it's a school glue. I use the other glue, the purple one. I also use this one too. My daughter found it at Target. As long as it's washable, it'll wash out. Don't be afraid. Look for that. Look for it to wash out. And then I just take one of my little hexagons that I then cut, and I just put me some glue right here in the middle. And I kind of like these, which I got one of those glue sticks the other day, glue pens the other day from Joann's for free. And I think I'm going to save it for my dear Jane. And in my next video, y'all going to see my dear Jane. Did I get any glue on it? Sometimes you got to let this, you know, the cheap stuff, you got to let it warm up. But anyway, I'll show y'all. I'm not going to put it on this video because this is my second time doing this video. Because I did one and I got a camera, I need to do it. I'm doing this on my phone and it wouldn't let me download it. So that's what you come up with. Then some people, I'm really hoping y'all see this. Some people will use the glue to baste it all around. I don't do that. And I get get you some good scissors, and you want to cut off your corners right here. Make sure you leave that 1/4 inch seam allowance on there, and just cut off all 4 corners. And sometimes I'll trim like here. If it's really a lot, like that one's got a lot, I trim a little piece off there. Just kind of eyeball it. Make sure you got that 1/4 inch seam allowance, because you do set them in the middle. And then you come up with this little baby here. And then once you get this baby, now you're gonna focus on your corners here. So when you fold it, you're gonna fold it down right here, and you're gonna fold it like that. And then we're gonna, let me see if I can do that backwards. Okay, and then we're gonna fold it like this. See my little corner right there? See that? Okay, I know you can see that. So then I take my needle. I got my needle, and I'm not using a double thread. Get you some cheap thread, which I didn't. I had my cheap thread in the other needle, and I just threaded this real quick for the video. And you go in right here. Just go in right up under that tip and come out on the other side. I don't put a knot in mine. Some people do. As you can see, I'm not putting a knot in mine. I just hold that tail right here under my finger and pull it up. And then you want to go back through that right there. Don't go back through it. Don't go through the paper. Try to come out the same place you went in. Don't let your thread get all tangled up. And then you want to just make your loop through this thread. Look, I just pulled it out. See, that'll happen. I just pulled out my tail. So don't get discouraged. It's okay. We all make that mistake. Just hold your tail a little tighter than I did. It's good for you to see that I'm not perfect. I am a beginner on a lot of this, just like you are. Just like some of you may be. And then you're going to come over here, and you're going to just turn it, and you're going to fold it again, Make sure you get them little points, and make sure you do not fold it too tight on the paper, because you want to make sure that you're able to pick it up. And I'm trying to go through the paper again. So that happens, you know. And this, I mean, basting it with the thread doesn't take that long. I know if you baste it with the glue, a lot of people baste them with the glue, and they can put them, excuse me, they can put them out really quick and just keep going around and around. Make sure your little points are king. Go up under there. I try not to go too close to my point. I go right about here. Can you see my needle there? I go right about there. And then I go back the second time. And I go back the second time. Whoops. Gotta hit myself there. On the second time, you need to see this. See, I pulled my thread too tight. Did it again. Put my thread down. You want to stick your needle up under that thread, so you'll make a little loop. Pull that out. You'll make a little loop there. And you're going to keep going around. Keep going around. You get these did. You get these cut out. Get your squares cut out. Get your hexagons cut out. And sit in front of the TV. And you'll be... Once you did a couple of them, it'll be very easy. You'll be doing them so quickly. You'll be like, whew. I thought that, I mean, because I was intimidated my first time. I really was. I was like, oh, do I need to go down here? Do I need to go down there? But it's, you know, it's a lot of videos on here. I'm just showing you my method. I don't claim to be perfect. When you watch my videos, you're going to see a lot of boo-boos. But that's what we do. And it just makes you a much smarter, I guess I would say, a much stronger quilter when you do that. When you make mistakes and have to use those seam ripper. Now I'm coming back to where I started right here. This is the one I started in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back through that. Just about, it don't matter if you get it in the same hole, just get it pretty close. And I'm going to go back through again. And then I'm going to loop it. Loop my thread. And then that's when I'm going to pull it a little bit tight. See how cute that is? See? And then your thread is here. So you just want to stick your needle down towards your paper, up under the fabric. You see my needle? I hope you can see that. And just pull your needle down. And I always, because I always have a long tail, I just kind of gather these back together here. Pull them back together. Just clip my thread off. And I continue to do them. And you'll wind up with these little pretty dolls here. Now, I'm going to show you how to connect them. Like I say, let me get my thread right here. You notice I'm using just one string of thread. Now, this is where you're seriously making them. So you want to butt them up together. Fronts to front. Don't do back to back don't do back to front like I did. You're going to go right here on your edge. On this edge right here, you're going to just take a little bite. I don't know how well you can see that. Take a little bite. I still don't have a knot. And I just hold my thread, the end of my thread. And I come back. And I can't see good because I'm trying to keep it close to the camera. I come back and I go back through there. And I pull my thread from the back of the needle right here. I pick it up from the back and I bring it and I loop it once, twice. You can do 3 times. And this is where my knot comes in. Then I put my knot. And then you see how I can push this up if need be so I can get to it. if I got it thread basted. You probably could with glue basting. I don't know, but I'm not really this is my first time doing this, so this is easy for me. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to come back, loop it twice, and I'm going to pull it through. And then I'm going to start. You want to make sure that your pieces are together like that. And you're just going to pick up a little bite. Just pick up a little bite and get your stitches really close. I just do them right side by side. And it's not going to take you long. Keep that tension on there. Don't let one lap over the other. You want to keep them side by side. See that yellow one's trying to lap over? Well, that means I need to make sure that doesn't happen on my next stitch. But just keep them side by side and go in and one. Always sew to yourself, not away from yourself. I don't know, I seen a video. Maybe she was left-handed. She was sewing away from herself, and I was like, man, I have stuff all jacked up. But you know, I don't know. It may be comfortable for you to sew from yourself. So, like I said, I'm not an expert, so you just keep going up. And you can feel the paper. I kind of let the needle butt the paper, which this paper is not really thick. I let my needle, and then I come back up. I come back. See, it's kind of tight there. And I just push it up. And that's my tail. You can cut that off now, because it's just there to be in your way. You can cut it off, but when you be doing these, you won't think about it until it's got in your way several times. Once it get in your way several times, then you'll cut it off. Let's keep going, and keep your little tension on your thread here, and that'll keep you from seeing the thread. And when you get about halfway here, I make me another knot, just because I've been sewing all the way down there, and I just want to make sure my tension is really tight. And hopefully we won't see any thread when I open it up for you. And you just keep going. Just keep going. Let that needle bump and go over the top of your paper. And just keep it going. Once you did a couple of these and get your nerves built up, you'll really be super fast. I done got to the point now I can watch TV and just be sewing and glance down there once in a while, because now I can do it by feel. I know my needle is bumping the paper, and I know I got them lined up. So I'm going to show you what you're going to do when you get to this point here. This is your point. And you want to make sure they're lining up. And you're going to put another knot just like you did. I always pull my first stitch through. And that makes sure that, you know, even if you got them off a little bit, that'll help you line them up. And I do my 2 knots once again. I do my 2 knots once again. And then when you open it up, you got your 2 hexagons. And you're going to do 6. You're going to do 6 of these across, round. You're going to put your next one here. But just pretend this is solid. You're just gonna line it up like that, and we're not, you know, just pretend with me. And when you start, you're just gonna start right in that corner. See right there? It's gonna start in that corner. I should have had. I don't think I have any of those in here. Yeah, I do. Let's get the right one so you can see how that's done. Okay, just line you up your next block. I use a thimble. I had it in here. It's probably in there because I sew in my bedroom a lot. And you just want to go right next to that yellow one, and you want to make your first knot. Make your first knot, and you know we make that second knot. We're gonna make that second knot. I almost pulled it through, y'all. Make that second knot. And I'm gonna show you this. Here you go. She must have run out of milk. She's in there bouncing. I mean, you can't hear the TV if you're in there. But anyway, you just keep going all the way up. I'm gonna show you how to connect your two blocks here. Just keep going. Keep going. Just like we did on that one. And if you can't get your needle to slide over the top of that, you can just kind of lift it up a little bit with the point of your needle, or you can do like I do, just slide it up with your finger. And keep going. Keep going. You're always going to get hung up. Don't fret about it. It's normally because I did not pull my threads down. Let this tangle up. I'm going to have to show you on the other one, because I ain't going to fight with it on camera. Usually I keep my threads from balling up like this. I keep my hand so when this one gets ready to come up, I have let me find my end, because normally that's what's always bunching up. It's this end right here. I'm telling you, you're seeing it live. And you can always stick your needle in there and take it loose. Lift it up. You're not taking it loose. I need that end right there. And there we go. Takes just a little bit. And good that happened. I mean, it's not pretty that it happened, but I told you at the beginning I wasn't a professional. I wasn't a seasoned. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it right here. I'm going to make my next knot. I'm going to go all the way to the top. And all the way to the top. Just make sure you keep those pieces together pretty tight there. You know, investing in some of those gloves with the fingers out. I have some. I meant to bring them in here so I could show you. And also use beeswax too. See how that thread is twirling around down there? Sometimes it helps, sometimes it don't, but it really helps if you guide it with your fingers. And once again, and sometimes your end, because you're bringing it through there so much, this end may get a little raggedy, and it'll start wrapping around. So we're at the end here. We're going to do this. We're going to do our next knot. I'm going to always hide my thread. You don't cut off. And you do your next knot. And I just take, and you see, now look there. Now you're going to connect it the same way. You're going to fold it down right here. See how I fold that down? And you're going to do that in. Then you're going to connect your another block. But instead of cutting your thread off right there, just take it and go down beside that seam on this side. Make sure it doesn't go through the front. Down beside that seam. And bring your needle out right there. and you'll be set up to finish your block off. And I'll just show you how to do that. And then once you get those done, get all those done, you're gonna add the same way. You're gonna add the second outside pebbles on your flower. And then you're gonna add your background. And this is the background. And then you're gonna come up with this flower right here. This size flower. So see, it's just about as big as the one I said I didn't want. As you can see, actually it is about the same size. Maybe just a little bit. Let me see. About the same size. Not much off. So you could either go with the inch, or you can go with the 15-16 inches. So I hope that helps somebody out. Let me raise my camera up here so you can see me. I hope that helps somebody out. If you didn't get, or I missed something, just let me know, and I will be more than happy to do another video and show you what I know. I mean, I'm not perfect. You're not going to be perfect. Don't be afraid to get started. This is really, if I was a beginner, I would try this because it's very easy once you do it. It seems to be intimidating, but it's not. And I'm going to make sure that I show you how to set these blocks, because I've looked for videos to show you how to complete the quilt out. Can't find them. They don't show you how to set the blocks. Can't find it. And so I've been looking at some quilts to see how they've been set. The blocks has been set. And that's what I'm going to do and show you all. All right. I hope everybody have a blessed day. God bless you and your family. And welcome to all my new subscribers. I hope you learn some, or you teach me something. So you all have a blessed day. And you know what? Make sure you check on your elders, because it's getting hot, and you have any neighbors that's elderly, you want to check on them. Make sure everybody's good, you know. It gets pretty hot. So, God bless you all. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.